This is Johnny Bluestar. Welcome to the Kryptonic Galaxy. Few points here. The blog, Strange But Welcome Visitors, is meant to introduce some of my favorite commentators on crypto to the public. In this blog, we link to complete videos and sometimes documents, tweets, press releases, and other pertinent material when appropriate. Now, this is a video that is basically the same narrative but much shorter clips, designed so an interested video audience can quickly see what they could find on the blog presentation of the video. My motive here is to share some of these wonderful and sometimes not so wonderful portraits of the crypto universe. My goal is to stimulate interest in crypto, but also to obtain relevant comments from those who read the blog and see the video. I'm not by any means a crypto expert. My comments do not reflect any deep knowledge, but rather the attempts of a fascinated crypto enthusiast and small investor trying to piece together this exciting world. After a long period of darkness for those of us in crypto, we have now had a series of significant upward spikes, which thrusted Bitcoin over $50,000 and Ethereum over $4,000. This is after we had both reached even greater heights, which tumbled down quickly, disillusioning many small investors and questioning the possibility that the bull run expected by both veterans and newcomers alike might never come again for quite some time. Prior to these momentous spikes, the Bitcoin channel wavered somewhere between the $33,000 and $42,000 area, back and forth, like some kind of neurotic clockwork. However, a lot of the YouTubers I most respect, like George at Crypto RS, Mark Davis, BitBoy and his crew, and Chris at MM Crypto, kept bolstering the future upwards while never ignoring the realities of the moment. Chris at MM Crypto has a very large, dedicated following and appears, as with the following video, to believe in appearing often at irregular times with his emergency announcements. Chris is primarily a specialist in Bitcoin, but also often takes account of Ethereum. Recently has been also including various other altcoins. Chris is also a multimillionaire and transparently presents many of his multi-million-dollar trades. This gives us a lot of confidence at times, but also perhaps a little bit of envy. Anyway, in the following short clip presenting possibilities for crypto, we see Chris's comments on the movement of an upward spike, or its possibilities, but it's also its limitations. This clip shows the value of Chris's point of view regarding technical analysis, which most crypto experts believe is a clue to guide their investments, or to present the possibility or impossibility of real opportunities. Although I would say that Chris is optimistic, he does not pull any punches, and he combines his optimistic calculations with the possible shortfalls.
Let's go over here to this chart, and what you can see is that right now on the 4-hourly candles the price is breaking out and seemingly confirming the breakout. What is missing right now though, and I want to be here blatantly honest to you, is a little bit of more volume coming in. So I wouldn't go all too crazy here with this breakout, because this could easily turn back into a fake out. Without volume we don't have the most important confirmation for Bitcoin.
BitBoy is in a nice way somewhat like the Barnum and Bailey of crypto, presenting multiple avenues to pursue his areas of interest, particularly in crypto, but also in online entrepreneurship as well. It is something like a 5 or 6 ring circus, crypto circus, featuring some of the greatest acts in crypto, with interviews by many creators of blockchain masterpieces, as well as discussion of weighty legal and sometimes political issues affecting the crypto universe. One of his great contributions is Around the Blockchain, featuring a number of crypto YouTube experts discussing their take on major topics in the crypto world. In this video, there is a discussion of what it means to hold crypto as opposed to trading. As a new crypto user, there are many decisions one has to make, and this is one of the most important. There is a world of knowledge that one needs to assimilate and use in actual trade in crypto. And although there may be small amounts of trading involved in holding, because you do buy and sell occasionally, this is rather a simple thing to do, but critical to the majority of crypto users who favor holding over trading.
All right, let's get right into our topics here. More hodlers than the profit takers. There's another survey. We've talked about this company before. They've done surveys before. It's called the Bakkt. It's a crypto marketplace. They send out thousands of thousands. We actually have a little graphic here. We can go ahead and pull that up. So they interviewed thousands of people. Of the people who do own crypto, around 11%. I have transferred it to someone else. If we look at the largest one, 58% are saying they want to use it as a long-term investment. They want to accumulate value. I think that might be a little bit optimistic. I don't know. Ben, how do you feel about 58% claiming that they want to hold crypto for the long term? Do you think if Bitcoin hits 100,000, they'll still be singing that tune?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on the show today.
Love having you
Glad
on.
to be here. Rice, I think your volume on your mic is turned up way too high, just so you know. Yeah,
Thank you.
We're hearing if your shirt's wrinkle, like your shirt, you move your shirt wrinkles. You sound like,
Oh wow. How's this?
Okay. Yeah,
Is this a little
that's
bit
what
better?
You just hear him breathing like,
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Okay. Look, yeah, it makes sense to me that 58% of people would say this because, I mean, look, for those of us that have been in here for years and years, like we've seen the cycles all the way through. We see what happens. We know how to play them smartly. We know to sell the tops and buy the bottoms. The vast majority of people in crypto during every bull market are new, so they don't quite understand that. They haven't seen it all the way through. And so, because I was talking to my father-in-law this morning, and he texted me. He's like, "Man, I'm thinking about moving all my Bitcoin over to VeChain. Do you think that's a good idea?" And I'm like, "Well, the thing about it is, like, yeah, I think it's a good idea. Like, Bitcoin's gonna rip soon, so you may want to wait till Bitcoin rips and then do it. But VeChain is going to outperform Bitcoin for the rest of this bull market. There's zero question about it in my mind at this point. Like, VeChain will at least 2x where Bitcoin, or at least 3x where Bitcoin will be lucky to 2x from here. So, or it will almost exactly 2x from here." And he was like, "Well, if I make this move, I'm going to want to hold VeChain for at least a year." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, because the tax rate is lower if you hold it for a year." And I said, "Well, let's do the math on this. If it drops 80% in the next year, is that still a smart move mathematically for you to do?" And the answer to that question is absolutely not. Like, having to pay a higher tax rate is a good thing. That means you made more money. So I think the vast majority of people are still trying to figure this out and get their hands on that. And I bring up that story because I think that's a pretty common thing that new investors think about. Like, a year from now, the prices are going to be so much lower. Even all that into consideration, it still makes way more sense to sell at the top here in a couple months.
Yeah,
So
I would agree. But
wrong.
oh, well, all right. What's your take, Stash? Or you just want to say wrong?
No. So I agree with the hodling part of this. I think that a lot of new people coming in, it makes sense for them to think like that. But if you're thinking only in 1 year moves, and that is your long-term thinking, you're not on the right time scale, guys. You shouldn't be thinking like what's going to happen in an inter bull bear market cycle. Like, I got to get out here at the top, and I don't mind paying short capital gains tax because I'll still make a ton of money if I sell the top. I mean, if you're looking to be a trader, that's one thing, but if you're looking to actually be an investor and hold for the long term, you should be thinking in 5 to 10 year increments. The big boys that make the big money, they're not over there sitting there thinking what's going to be happening within a year. That's what they let the little traders and the guys in the trading room worry about. Most people. For most people that are coming into something like this, and we talk about like, oh, there's, they pulled and all these people are going to halt. Of course they are, because most people are not invested traders. They're not over here, they don't have the time to spend trading. And that's why, I advocate the same thing. That's my strategy. And I talk to that about my community about that exact same thing, is that most people don't have the time to consistently watch markets, to watch trends, to jump on the newest, latest coins. But what they can do is they can invest consistently with things like DCA or, buying when there is a dip, and at least, they're aware of that, and holding for the long term. And because that's what's going to be the best strategy for the majority of people who are going to touch crypto in their lifetime.
There have been many challenges to crypto which has affected price levels. Some were transient, intrinsically unimportant in quality, but dangerous to price levels, like Elon Musk's attempt to manipulate the crypto, and comments by various investment specialists. But some, like the Security and Exchange's challenges to crypto, are of rather large significance, but often difficult to decipher. Altcoin, whose video follows, certainly attempts to cover the market with extremely lucid videos, but today's video is based morely on a forewarning of the possibility of the SEC's actual investigation with the renowned Uniswap exchange changing into some kind of action against its activities.
Uniswap Labs is now under investigation by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. That's right, the SEC has reportedly launched a probe into the developer team behind Uniswap, the largest decentralized crypto exchange in the industry. Before I provide you with context, before I provide you with the nuances, with the perspective, let's get everybody on the same page. What is Uniswap? Well, Uniswap is a decentralized exchange protocol that underpins the eponymous Ethereum-based exchange, Uniswap, that allows anyone to swap ERC20 tokens without a middleman. This exchange and exchanges like it does a lot of good. You can buy, sell, trade different tokens, no middleman, control your own keys. There's a lot of benefits to using Uniswap that you don't get from anything in traditional finance. And this is also, it's one of the major players in DeFi in general, which seeks to replace centralized middlemen in traditional financial products such as loans, insurance, derivatives with decentralized, non-custodial applications. And Uniswap is the blue chip. Does a lot of good. Well, the SEC is investigating Uniswap. Uniswap, one of the most innovative and empowering tech projects to come out of American teams in the last decade. Really, the US should be giving Hayden, the founder, a medal. Instead, he's being investigated. We live in a financial prison. Think about it like this. Uniswap is everything good about America. Tech, leadership, innovation, massively successful, produces massive revenue. Everyone is happy with Uniswap. There are no complaints. So the SEC is not protecting us. They must be protecting someone else. They must be protecting the legacy system. Let me know what you think on this in the comments below. So imagine you're a regulator looking at the vast, wide world of cryptocurrency. You see the overt frauds, the rug pulls, the 2017 vaporware ICOs still pushing their tokens, the copy-paste DeFi projects pumping and dumping on centralized Ethereum virtual machine forks. You see all of this, and you think, Uniswap. Yeah, I'll go after Uniswap. It's all theater. The goal is notches in their belt, not consumer protection, not good public policy. Big projects means big headlines, means media attention. Legit domestic projects with known leaders are just easier to attack and shake down. Pursuing actual international crime, now that would be work for the SEC. Well, maybe the message they're trying to send is, well, if we can get Uniswap, we can get anyone. And that probably surely is the intent, yes. However, the impact is that all of the upstanding people that a regulator should want to be building these technologies will be dissuaded, and the market will be overtaken with anonymous devs who are completely unresponsive to the regulator's valid policy concerns.